in government, we often feel very constrained, I think, with the public and the feeling that we have to really pay attention to the taxpayers' dollars and pay attention to the use of public resources. And I can't think of a better way to do that than using lean innovation principles. Spending 9 months with time and resources and money to build, say, example, an online business license permit, and then you get to the end and no one uses it, you've wasted that 9 months. When you use this process, you can basically test out different solutions and not waste that time and money when it's so limited in a government sector. And for me, that's really the value of this workshop and bringing it to the City of Hayward.
I'm quite honestly really blown away with how fun and energetic and productive this whole experience has been.
My group studied water conservation and how willing people might be to implement water efficiency measures in their house. We learned how to formulate experiments and carry them out within a matter of hours and collect data and then reformulate our possible solutions and test them out again through an iterative process.
We were actually able to put together a working prototype, which I have here on my phone, which if you can see, we've now mapped Access Hayward data into like a heat map function where you can actually lay over graffiti requests and requests for weed abatement and things like that, so you can begin to start drawing conclusions as a staff member.
We called people that had recently pulled permits and we asked them, what was your main issue? Did you have a problem with the wait time? And we quickly found out that the wait time really isn't an issue. The issue more was lack of clarity in the process.
So we asked staff, we showed them the checklist, and we found that some of them said they couldn't do the things that were expected.
We found that they don't mind even bouncing back and forth between the permit center and the revenue office. They don't mind it taking an hour. They mind the fact that they don't know what they're going to do until they get here, and there's no way they can really get that information currently.
In general, the approach and the principles and the tactics between a private agency and a public agency are very similar. I think the differences are, in where the perceived risks are and where the perceived issues are. What really stood out for me was everybody's passion for making an impact and for making change really quickly, regardless of whether there were those perceived risks or other issues.
So for me, there was so much energy over the 3 days, and the excitement and just the engagement that our staff team had with the process was amazing. Having a staff member say, "I felt like I had permission to fail," was a really powerful statement and something that we want to encourage in our organization.